Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Life with Patty, and welcome to my kitchen. So today is the Hubs' birthday, and he wants me to make him his favorite cake, which is, well, you can't really see, but my mom calls it the Illinois sheet cake, and then some people call it the Texas sheet cake. I don't know, we used to just call it Mike's favorite cake because that's my husband's brother and he loves this cake also. So, this cake, you notice we are not using an electric mixer, we're not using a handheld mixer. We are on the stove, folks. You're right, we are on the stove. We are going to put in 2 cups of margarine onto our pot here and let it start to melt. This has got to be the most delicious cake I've ever had. It really is. Okay, and the next thing we're going to add to our melting butter is 4 tablespoons of cocoa. I just used the Hershey's cocoa, 100% cocoa, and it is naturally unsweetened. But, you know, you put the sugar and everything else in there, and that's what sweetens it up. So, 4 tablespoons of cocoa is going in the pot. My tablespoons seem to be a little bit heaping sometimes. Now we're going to make a frosting also that's going to be cooked on the stove, but we are not going to do that until right after it comes out of the oven, because it slightly cools just a little bit, and then you put that frosting on there. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this. I'll bet you my friend Diane, that's a subscriber, I bet you've seen this recipe before, and I'll bet you Eileen has seen this also. Maybe even Mary. Buster, do you want to say hi to Mary and Eileen? Can you see them? Buster, come say hi to the ladies. He'll make his debut. You know he will. Okay. So now we are going to put in 1 cup of water with this as well. I'm going to pour this right into the pot. Now, you guys might rather see the pot. I don't know. I'll show it to you after. When everything's melted in there, I'll put the camera down so you can see. Okay, so they want us to bring this to a boil for just a few seconds, okay? All right. And while that's doing that, we are going to use, I don't know what size this is, but we're going to use a sheet cake. This is for, like, you know, you use it for baking cookies also, but it has the raised lip on it, okay? So that's what we want. And we're going to go ahead and, even though this is one of those copper chefs, I don't trust it. I'm going to spray it down. So you guys, my phone updated last night without my permission. It just automatically updated. And I used to be able to go to my photos and I would click on the share icon and things would come up like YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Well, when it updated, it took my icon for YouTube away. So, I mean, I know I can go into the back office, you know, to the desktop and do it, but it seriously took me 3 hours to download my breakfast video. So, I don't know how to get that icon back on there. My son said, oh, download the app back on there, but that's the regular app that takes you to the desktop. This was like a fast track one that took you right to, I don't know, I'm really discouraged, but we'll see. Okay, so this has come to a boil for just a few seconds. We're going to now turn off the heat, okay? We're going to turn off the heat, and we're going to add 2 cups of sugar to this. And stir it around real good. stir that around. And 2. Stir this around. Make sure it's nice and stirred up. I haven't made one of these in probably at least a year. I'm looking forward to it as much as my husband is. Okay. Now we want 1 teaspoon of salt to add to this, okay? Next in is 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I'll try to remember to put this in the description box or in the comments. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. All right, next it wants 2 eggs. And I've preheated my oven, you guys. Well, it's actually preheating right now. Sometimes you have to be really careful. You don't want this batter too hot because you don't want it to scramble your eggs. But it didn't. It's blending in nice. Okay, now here's another little trick one that a lot of people will be like, what? But we are going to put in 1/2 cup of sour cream. This cake has got to be the moistest, most chocolatey, decadent cake ever, I tell ya. We have to save room for when we get home from dinner. All right, here's 1/2 cup. Sour cream going in the pot. We're going out for dinner. We definitely have to save room for when we get home to have some of this scrumptious cake. All right, now we got to mix that around in here real well. One teaspoon of baking soda. Oh, I thought I got everything out, but I know right where it's at in my spice cabinet. Go get it. Okay, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Going in the pot. It warmed up here today. I had to turn the air conditioning on for a little bit. Okay, and the last thing we're going to put in is 2 cups of flour, okay? And I always level mine off with a knife like that, okay? We're gonna stir this 1 cup up first. Because this is where you gotta really get the clumps, you know. You gotta stir it real well. No mixer needed. That's where you can tell it's an old recipe, huh? I've heard of a brownie mixture you could make kind of like this too on the stovetop. I've just never made it. And 1 more cup of flour. Sometimes I'll make this in a 9 by 13 pan baking dish. But I wanted to do it this way this time because I like when it's kind of like a bar. I'm gonna well, let me start stirring this up a little bit first. There goes my little timer, so my oven is ready to go. Okay, I'm gonna bring the camera up close so you can see inside the pot. There we are. Scrape all the edges. Smells very chocolatey. We are going to put this in the oven at 350 degrees. And we're going to bake it for about 25 minutes and then we'll check it, okay? Okay, do you see it's all mixed up nice in there? All right. Let me go get well, this is perfect actually. Well, look, hold on. All right, here it is, folks. All right, I'm gonna pop that into the oven at 350 degrees for about 25 minutes and I'll be back and we'll make the frosting together, okay? Okay guys, I just checked on my cake and it is ready. Kind of looks like a brownie. We're gonna set it over here to the side. And we're gonna get started on our frosting, okay? So our frosting is gonna consist of 1 cube of margarine. It's going into our pot. Again, we're going to make our frosting on the stove. And to that, we're going to add 4 tablespoons of the same cocoa. And, oh, I forgot the milk in the refrigerator. Hold on, guys. Okay, Jiminy Crickets. 6 tablespoons of milk. We're gonna do that right now. Put it right in here with the butter, or I'm using margarine today. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I really believe you can use any kind of milk. If you want whole milk, skim milk, 2%, I don't think it really matters, guys. Okay? All right, so we'll take our little wonderful whisk here and start whisking it around. Okay, so we're now going to put in 4 tablespoons of our cocoa right into this mixture. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Stir this around real well. Okay, and then it says to add 1 box of powdered sugar. Well, I don't know how long it's been since I bought a box of powdered sugar. So I'm going to estimate and just use about half of this bag. The bag is 32 ounces. I think there's about 18 ounces in a box, I think. So, all right, we're going to mix this around. looking perfect to me. Get over here again so you can see. And then we are also going to mix into this mixture. It says a half a cup of nuts, but you know me, so we're putting in 3/4 of a cup for me. As I'm a nutty kind of gal. Alright, I'm going to stop and move us over to the other side where the cake is, okay? Let me go get the frosting. And we're simply going to just pour this right over our warm cake. Now this is where we're going to scrape out everything we can. I tend to make too much of this and then it's a big old mess, so I followed the directions this time, you guys. And it looks like it's kind of hard to get it all. Almost feel like I needed more. See? When I don't... But oh yeah, here we go. We're getting there. There we go. Then we're going to let this cool for a little bit, and then it will be the most scrumptious, wonderful birthday cake ever. So, I shall come back with a piece of birthday cake for you later. Okay, guys? I'll see you later. Okay, guys, I'm coming back with a little piece, just a very small piece of the chocolate cake to show you what it looks like. Do a little taste test, because we're going to go out for dinner and then have it when we get home, but I wanted to finish this video up, so alright, here I go. It is so good. It's like the best cake ever. Recipe from my grandma, and I've made it so many times, I don't even know how many times, and it's always so delicious. So, alright you guys, have a great day, and I'll see you again back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.